rising air, and then make a turn to about 35 to 40 degrees of bank.
Okay.
Into the rising wing or into the wind. Into the wind would be off our right wing at this time, right?
Right.
Feel that lifting underneath your butt there?
Yeah. I did.
So we generally are just kind of looking. Can I take it for just a second?
Got it, yeah.
So we kind of get into this area. It's kind of hard to explain this for just a second. I just want to find the first one. But you start to feel that sensation, and then you kind of start just meandering in that area, because we're trying to explore the whole atmosphere on 17 meters of wing, right?
Right.
Is the hard thing. So it's not really this whole left, right, up, down area. We kind of just got to go, hey, I think it's kind of in this area, and just explore out a little bit. I feel like rumbling.
Yeah.
Feel it bump. I'm going to slow down just a little bit. I kind of pointed the nose back into the wind. And see how the vario's back to 0. 0-3. You over Walker Ridge turn point?
Yeah, we're about to go to Walker.
Copy. Yeah, I'm in Bear Valley here trying to find something. 5,000. 300.
Winds are favoring
Stern, right?
right.
Turn. You got it. Feel that bump?
Yeah, I do.
Go on a little tighter. There we go. Take it back, nose up. Again. There we go. Nose right on the horizon. Trim back. There we are. And we don't want the nose to creep above the horizon, and we don't want to creep it up with the mountain range either. Feel the bump, roll back in, roll it right.
The bump is exiting the thermal?
No, it's just there's like a little gust in the thermal. We're about 600 feet above glide path back to Williams.
Okay.
So normally we would leave right now, but they're in a climb and they're only like a quarter mile, so we might get just out of glide, but we're gonna get into a climb with them. That makes sense?
Yeah. I was looking too much towards the horizon, but yeah, I see the 2 targets.
Yeah, and they're just above us.
Yeah. Okay.
And so I'm gonna take it to get into this one just because we kind of need it. You're doing good. So I just want to get into the first turn and then you can have it after that.
Yep, you got it.
So here we go. See how it's starting to get good? So we slow down for just a second. We're not quite ready to turn just yet, but we can tell we're getting into that buoyant air, right?
Right.
Feel that bumping. And so we want to hear that good consistent tone for a few seconds.
Juliet 3 and 9 Bravo. Bravo Mike's coming in below you.
I got your Bravo Mike. It's a little weak and choppy. That area is still really good. So if you want to stay on it, I know that one doesn't.
Anticipate the lift here in just a second. We're going to keep the speed up to get through this thing. Feel that little bump. Feel it, and then narrow start to turn. Now we're gonna get the stick back, get the trim back. I'm not gonna need to do it. I think I got it here. So here, feel I just steepened up just a little bit?
I did, yeah.
The good thing is between this glider and their glider is we can fly a little bit slower, and we have a lighter wing loading, so it doesn't take quite as much lift to get us back up, which is good. But Juliet 3, sorry, was that for Bravo Mike?
Yeah, that road in Bear Valley is landable. The one that goes from east-west and terminates in a little pond.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time copying you there.
Yeah, there's a road that's landable in Bear Valley, southern end where you were. There's a little farm with a pond on it, and the road leads to the main road. Straight part of the road is landable, apparently.
Yeah, Afern, that's that land out there. Just you would land over the gate and kind of land into the mountain, but there's a gate with trees all at the east side of it.
Roger, okay, you know about it, that's all I asked.
Oh yeah, copy. Yeah, absolutely.
So when we're in with
The database says the runway pointing the wrong way. We're in traffic on 2 Juliet, that's 2 Bob, and
What was that?
when we're in the thermal with multiple aircraft, how do you juggle the attention? I mean, you want to be outside, you head outside as much as possible, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Usually they're a few hundred feet above you, and so honestly, you can kind of ignore them. Like, you just kind of treat it like being in a roundabout. You don't really think about all the other the cars in the roundabout. You just make sure there's no one right behind you when you're ready to roll out, right?
Right.
So we pay attention to them, but we kind of just all act well behaved, if that makes sense.
Wheels are starting to blow up in the north.
Because they're not going to just magically descend, or
Yeah, we're not going to magically gain 800 feet. We're climbing 800 feet a minute, but it's still going to take us a minute if they stop climbing and we climbed up to them.
And we're in the same air parcel, basically, right?
Yeah.
So we're affected the same way, generally.
Generally, yeah.
Subject to the differences of the aircraft. Right?
Yeah, exactly. So here, I'm just kind of making small adjustments up the mountain, and it's getting better and better each time. So we're still averaging a plus, you know, see how it's a light plus, but it's a plus, right? And we have glide back home, and the wind's in our favor, so there's a bunch of pluses. But, you know, it's definitely less than ideal glide, so we're really trying to get back up another couple hundred feet. But see how we kind of just slowly work our way in, and it should, in theory, get better up the mountain. See that big pad in front of us? Like, that should be heating better than all the grass, right? Around it. And so that should, in theory, produce the thermal. It doesn't always, but we just
Like
gotta
in this
come
little,
in.
like, electrical station or whatever that is? Yeah, power station.
It's actually a Cal Fire repeater.
Okay.
But yeah. But see how that's all kind of sinking? We'll try to get up over the ridge here. Feel that? Yeah, so we keep our speed up and we make our turn here. Just take attention to where the winds are out of. If they're out of the north. So we're kind of getting back up to about 4,500 feet.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, right? To where I'm drifting versus where I picked up the lift,
right.
But I'm mostly trying to just stay in the rising part of the air, so I'm using that, I'm doing that all based on the tones.
Right.
All right, you've got it?
Here's my glider.
I'll try and get another like 300 feet or so, and then we'll, since we're good, and it's kind of inconsistent, I don't want to lose it again, we'll, actually let's get it more consistent. Typically as you get a little higher, they kind of form up a little bit better. Run me a mic rolling.
Too much.
Yeah, where are you?
2 miles north of our airfield, 3,000. 3,300.
North of Williams?
Copy.
Oh, yeah, copy. Yeah, I'm 4,700 on Walker.
Copy that. Yeah, we're getting ready. We're gonna go to Palooza and then back to land.
Copy, we're just getting back from GLIDER Williams. We're just gonna glide home in a sec. So see how we're getting kind of wind blown a little bit, and see how much further we are from the repeater side?
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and on this one, as we come around, we're just gonna kind of level the wings into the wind for just a second, keep our speed up. Neutral rudder.
There
There you go, and then turn again.
2 miles out.
There we go, roll into the turn. See how we adjusted and then got back into kind of the consistency again?
Yeah.
Head back in and see if we can't pick up something on the way, okay?
Okay, so
Actually, turn again.
one more turn?
Yeah. Sometimes the best thing to do is stumble off on course and you'll fall back into it. Look at that.
Wow, yeah.
Might drop on how far out it is. Bravo's just about over the town.